Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, everybody. So we're running a little bit behind. So we'll just kind of hop right into it then. Do we have any citizens' concerns?
Ellis.
All right, are there any objections to the prior month's meeting minutes?
No objections.
Hearing none, those are approved. Sewer credits tabulation. Oh, okay.
Yep, second page.
Thank you.
You said all the paperwork here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The sewer credits tab for the month of the previous 30 days is, there are three, one for an irrigation, two for failed sump pump, and the water-powered backup sump pump ran. The monthly total was just over $500, and the year-to-date total is about $4,800.
Do you have any questions on those?
I guess I'll just ask, with the heavy rain that we had just a few weeks ago, I assume was there any reports of basement flooding around town? Or?
There was one backup, but it was a local lateral problem.
Any overflow issues?
There were overflows, and the Maple Street was activated for about 3 hours, and the CSOs activated also.
Thank you.
And you have anything? No? The award of the polymer contract.
This legislation is to award the contract for providing polymer to the city of Perrysburg wastewater treatment plant for the 2023 year. There were two bids, Polydyne Inc. and Tidewater Products. Polydyne Inc. is the product we had been using. Tidewater Products was tested, but their bid was higher and their product was not significantly enough better to compensate for the difference in the bid. So the lowest and best is Polydyne Inc.
Does anyone have any questions on this?
Gone over that pretty straightforward.
All right, any objections moving this forward to City Council? None? Move on. The proposed changes to the homeowner grant.
The homeowner grant proposal, it currently is for homeowners only, although the agreement itself refers to a sanitary sewer grant agreement. It has come to the attention of administration that it may benefit the city to extend this grant beyond homeowners to business owners, businesses, nonprofit organizations, and institutions. And given that Chairman Fuller has been looking for additional ways to get stormwater out of the sanitary sewer system, this seemed like a way to benefit that goal.
I agree with that. Thank you, whoever worked on that. Alice, I imagine you took part in that as well.
Yes.
Thank you for working on that. That's, I think that's a fantastic idea to engage more of the, not just the residents, but the business owners in that too. Thank you for putting that together. Does anyone have questions on this? Nobody will have time to review it.
There may be a typo in the legislation that I'll fix before it goes to City Council. It's 8,000 and 12,000, correct, Alice?
Yes. It's an 80% grant rather than 2/3.
Okay, so there's a typo in the legislation, but it's not with regards to the changes we want to make. It's just it's not a 2/3 grant, it's 80%.
Okay,
So I'll fix that before it goes to city council.
all right, thank you. Is there a maximum amount of grants that we can give out, like, that just comes out of a certain budget line, right, item?
Yes, so the line item is 200,000 per year.
Okay, and are those, that's like a first come, first serve?
Yes,
basis?
and Mr. Chairman, we have, since it's the last half a dozen more years, we have not used that entire amount of money.
I noticed, I just thought if we open this up to businesses and people really start taking advantage of it, just making sure we weren't putting the city at a risk or anything like that. So there's a $200,000 cap on this for annually, correct?
Yes, that's the
And
amount we
it's a
requested.
budgetary cap,
Yeah.
so it's not a codified cap.
Okay,
So within the utilities budgets, if we see the utilization rising, we can, through the budget process, allocate more dollars to that line.
okay. I guess I'm more concerned that it's not in sort of a liability, right? Like we put it out there for everybody to use, and let's just say we end up with $500,000 worth of grants that we were to give out. I mean, we wouldn't put the city at risk, in regards to our budget.
No, no, we would not.
Okay, all right. I know it's probably an extreme case, but I just thought it'd be a question to ask, so. We have to move this on to city council, or any objections to that?
No objections?
All right,
No objection.
And Chairman, I'm just confirming, these are going to go to the 19th of July city council. They're not going to be forwarded to 20 minutes from now.
okay, all right, thank you. Other business?
The utilities director also gave you an updated leak maintenance list, a schedule for your review.
Thank you very much. It's not just, property, but it also affects roads and undermines quality of the roads, would cost.
So if I can ask on the schedule here, is this something that, so every 3 years, each of the ditches are taken care of? And there's only a total of 9 ditches, correct?
Yes, Councilman Smith?
This is the priority ditches that we've spelled out for the next 3 years. We are going through this year, updating the ditch evaluation process, and at the end of the summer, early fall, that will be concluded, and there may be more to add or to prioritize ahead of some of these others, but this is what we know now that we need to prioritize.
How many ditches do we have in the city limits? I know it's a loaded question that are our responsibility.
About 10, maybe fewer than 10 that are labeled and city jurisdiction.
Okay, so there's 9 on here, so this is pretty much the majority.
This will pretty much cover, yes, the city.
I have a quick question about a follow-up question, and since it does affect your committee too, the engineer's doing inventory, right, GIS?
The inventory for the ditches is being done by Lauren Rush.
No, but I'm saying it's being done too.
The GIS, yes, through Nathan Summers.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted. Thank you.
Thank you. Business? I just had one thing. There was, I guess I'm paying attention to, there was some area on Walnut Street here and 3rd Street on the northeast corner there that was, there's a no parking sign out there. I know you talked about parking. I know there was a catch basin there, and I think that may have been a potential issue for allowing parking there. Is that correct?
That would be one of the issues, yes.
Okay, is there something specific that, or I mean, is it just that there's a catch basin there? Or?
The unknown condition of the catch basin, how it was built, what it was built to support, because that has not been a parking lot in the past, it has just been right-of-way. So it may have been constructed not to the conditions you would utilize to put in a parking lot today. So that is one of the concerns and issues with that location.
Tile going into the catch basin probably was not put in properly to,
I don't know that we have found records to indicate the exact installation procedures that they use to backfill, to put back the side pipe. So there is that concern. There's also the concern that would the catch basin fall within the middle of a parking space that would be ADA and having that slope issue. The city engineer also had another drainage issue with adding additional asphalt to that area, but I can certainly put something together and have him send it over to the committee.
Okay, I know I caught one and I thought it might pertain to, or the public utilities, but I just know that particular area, and given that we don't have a lot of parking there's some business owners that are asking, hoping that.
And we do have a plan to add approximately 18 additional parking spaces onto Walnut Street this year yet by changing it from being a two-way street to a one-way street. So there'll be 18 new spaces before the end of this year
Okay,
For
so,
clarification, is that Third Street or Walnut Street?
on 3rd Street.
Okay, I thought you said Walnut Street. So
No, I'm sorry, no,
Yeah,
not on
no,
Walnut
you
Street.
did.
Okay, so I was wondering about those other parking, okay.
it might have been put in at the time for the traffic that was there, but it definitely won't be able to last long nowadays.
And it has never been a parking area as far as we can ascertain.
I know this is probably more pertaining to service, but, some of the, like the 88 spaces and things like that for some of those businesses in that area, I should say.
Yes, we are.
All right. Thank you. Anyone have anything else? Last call. That then we will, motion to adjourn, or no entertain. Any objections? No objections.
No objections.
All right, meeting's adjourned.
13 minutes to spare.
Good.
Actually, personnel.